Hey guys, let me know if you can hear us and see us with like a small little technology hiccup. Are they saying yes?
No, not yet. Okay.
Are they saying yes?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Lotus is sleeping right now, right below me, and Enzo is wide awake. Oh, you can't see him all the way, but that's okay. Yeah, there's the baby. Completely passed out with his little elephant. And there's Enzo, wide awake.
Are you just gonna miss something?
Yeah. Go this way. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Will's going to get the laptop pulled up so he can see your guys' questions. And then we do have some things to kind of go over today and talk about, so we'll talk about those things as well.
I'll start with the CD.
Yeah, I mean, not really.
Oh, okay.
I figured we would start with the merch
Oh, that's fine.
on the channel, but you're going to be able to talk to that more than I am.
So you want to start with the thing that I need to talk about, but I'm not ready? That's not really the best idea. What are we talking about? What do you want to say about it?
Well, just that it's there now.
Oh,
like, I feel
yeah.
like not
Oh,
everybody knows that it's there. Some people do. And then we want to talk about the drawing that we're going to do for the merch is just going to be once a week. It'll be whenever we do the live stream, if you didn't catch that in the video. And then didn't we have other people doing the hashtag in other videos?
Yeah, it's just the video that I mentioned it in.
Yeah, so only hashtag the word that we tell you to in that specific video. Like if you do it in another video, it's not going to pull it from the drawing. The program that we have to do the drawing, it just picks it from a specific video. So make sure that you're hashtagging on the correct video.
Yeah, it'll be a different hashtag each week.
Yeah, it'll be a different hashtag each week. So then we don't have the same one and the same people and whatnot. What else about merchandise?
It's all designed by you.
Yes, I designed all the merchandise on there. It really wasn't as time consuming as I thought it would be. It took me a couple of days, but now that it's up there, it's kind of easy to maintain. And I'll probably, as I come across things that I like, I'll probably throw those on there as I get those ideas. Will and I ordered ourselves each a hoodie. So the company that we're using for that is Teespring, but we've never actually ordered anything from them. So I'm kind of hoping that the quality of the material is nice, and that like the prints that we put on there come out nicely. So some of you that have already ordered are actually probably going to get yours before we're going to get ours. So if you can like reach out on either YouTube or Instagram and let us know what that quality is like, so that we can kind of adjust and go from there. What else? Anything else about merchandise?
I don't think so.
We have quite a few people that have bought it so far. So thank you guys for doing that and supporting the channel in that way. That's really awesome that you guys do that. One of the things about the merchandise, I originally had Enzo and Lotus's name on it. So I just had like that Enzo and Lotus like on the back of the shirts and the hoodies or the sleeve. And then I wound up taking it off because I wasn't sure if people would you guys would still want to buy it with their names on there. So I would kind of actually like some feedback on that, on whether or not you would want their names on there or keep them off of there. I don't know, like if I was in a similar situation, if I would buy it with someone else's dog's name on there, but I seem to not think about things as like out of the bubble. So that would just be like my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys think about that so I know to put their names back on there or keep them off. I see Nick is in here today.
Yeah.
I don't see Riley yet.
Taylor already.
Hi, Taylor.
It's 3 a.m.
3 a.m. Taylor. Wow, you're crazy. I feel like she's the one that's like in Australia or something crazy. Because her dog was like barking at a kangaroo one time. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I was like, where do you live? And she was like, Australia. Do you have any questions yet?
No, really. Mostly just a lot of highs from different places.
Yeah.
Says they're like an administrator.
I do have a teaching background, so that would make sense.
Sierra says hi. Well, she misses you.
Hi, Sierra. Anything else?
Nick said Teespring stuff he's got in the past has been nice.
Oh, okay. That's awesome, Nick. Thanks for that feedback.
We just haven't designed t-shirts before.
No.
So, or used Adobe Illustrator before.
No, I literally just started using Adobe Illustrator to make the t-shirts. And so that's been like a learning curve for me. And I really have like just like very basic knowledge. Like I don't even know what 90% of the tools in there do. So I'm learning the program as I go, but it's been really cool.
Taylor gave another super chat.
Oh, there's your mom.
Yeah. My mom's in there. Did you hear me about Taylor?
What?
Gave another super
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Taylor.
You sound sick.
I've kind of been fighting something, I feel like, for maybe the last 3 or 4 days. I'm doing well at fighting it. I'm hoping that it doesn't overcome me. But yeah, I am a little congested. And I'm also very tired. So that could be it too.
Were there any signs that Lotus was going to be the way he is?
So we did not go and visit Lotus ahead of time. And that's something that I feel like we almost always recommend people do if it's possible. So we didn't get to meet him beforehand, and mostly that's just because
you were impatient.
We traveled like 3 hours to get him, so it would have been a little bit more complicated to go see him multiple times. I'm not saying I wasn't impatient. I was impatient to get him. But that's not the reason why we didn't visit. So it would have been impossible for us to tell ahead of time, but really from the moment that we got him home, looking back now, there were signs that definitely should have been some red flags. And then as he got older, you could tell even more and more and more. And honestly, what do you think? It was probably about 3 weeks or a month before we really started to hone in on it and figure out that this could be something more than just,
they were there from the beginning. We just didn't know them.
They were there from the beginning. We didn't know them, so we didn't know that we should be picking up on them. And what I often tell people about him specifically, I don't know, it's such a hard situation. Like, you don't really know if he was born like that or if there had been some sort of like maybe abuse or mistreatment or something, or he could have been the runt. Maybe he was picked on by the others in the pack, because they had a ton of dogs there. Lots of puppies, lots of adults as well. And he is pretty tiny. Well, at least compared to Enzo, he's pretty average, I guess, if you look at just like regular German Shepherds. So it's really hard to tell if that was just something that he was born with and that's in his DNA, or if that something has caused him to be like that. I really don't know. What we do know though through the research that we've done is it's, fear-based, and if he's not with Will and I, his anxiety and his reactiveness is a lot better.
Well, it's not better, it just responds differently.
Yeah, he responds a little bit
He
differently.
doesn't react, he runs away. It's
Yeah.
fight or flight.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but I'm glad that we got him because I'm not sure, I often think about if someone else had got him, would they have put in the time and the effort and the work, to make him the best that he can be. So I often think about that and feel very fortunate that we were the ones that got a hold of him, because I feel like he lives his best life, in this situation because we truly do work with him every single opportunity, every single day. And we'll continue to work with him and so that he can continue to get better. And we're constantly researching. And as you guys know, we just started, or some of you may know, we just started implementing CBD oil with him. Lots of you have asked how that's going. I think that I can tell a difference. I think that it still could be too early to tell how much of a difference it's going to make. I'm hoping that the longer it's in his system, the more difference we'll know. Right now, he's on, what does he get? 1
milliliter.
1 milliliter. I think that I would like to give him a higher dose than that. I just don't know exactly how much I can give him on a daily basis and him still remain himself. So we'll continue to kind of monitor that and see how it's going. But I truly do feel like right now it is making a difference. It's a very small difference. And I would like to see a little bit more. But I think it's helped. What do you think? I feel like I tend to be more of the, I really think something's working. And he's the opposite of that. He's I don't know. Is the CBD oil working, or is his anxiety just getting better in general? So you tend to go the opposite way that I go. I think that it's making a difference.
He has good days and bad days.
He does have good days and bad days. That is a definite thing.
He's also getting more mature. More and more often during the day when I'm working, he'll lay in the other room.
Yeah. Yep.
Not the whole time, but sometimes for a few hours after lunch.
Yeah. He's doing good though.
Tiffany and Grover say hi.
Hi, Tiffany and Grover. We got the whole family here today. My mom's probably on there too. Oh wait, did I see Shireen in here? Yes, here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Shireen, hopefully, and I hope I'm saying that right, hopefully you got my reply to your comment to let you know. Thanks for sending us stuff to the P.O. box. I don't know if you got the reply or not. The pups love the balls that you sent. Those things are amazing, and they're not allowed to have balls in the house, but those I let them have up here upstairs because they're super, super soft. And they're obsessed with those, and they love the treats. So thank you for sending those to us and thinking about us. What we got?
Simple question. Pup doesn't want to go potty in the rain.
Oh, the rain.
Enzo does that sometimes. He'll hold it.
Yeah. Enzo will hold out.
If it's nighttime, just make him.
Yeah, that's tough. I feel like because Lotus is so afraid of thunderstorms and rain in general, we actually went through that stage with him when he was a lot younger. But you really just kind of have to wait it out. I always take an umbrella with me, the biggest one that we have in the house. I take out there, and make sure that they're on a leash. Ours go out and they don't need to be on a leash. But when it's raining, if we can't get them to go, we will absolutely either put a harness or a leash on them, just so it's more of a controlled. And I will literally just walk back and forth in the yard and just say, go potty, go potty. Sometimes it even works from because they normally go to the bathroom in our backyard. I'll walk up the driveway and we'll come up to the front, and for some reason that just is oh, okay, they want to go in the front yard for some reason because they never get to go there. And so sometimes that works too. So if you are taking them out in your normal spot, maybe try a different part of the yard, or the front yard or the backyard, whatever is the opposite of what you're currently doing, and see if maybe that works. I knew that was the mailman is here. He comes every day. But Lotus still needs to let everyone know that he's here. Lotus. Thank you.
We're good.
Come back over, and he's going to come back down the street, so we're going to have to go through this again. Yeah. Come on. Come get your elephant. Let's see. Come on.
Really? This way? That's the way we're going to go?
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, Papa.
Oh, come on.
Leave the mic alone. Every day. And you guys are going to get to hear that again because the mailman is going to come back down the opposite side of the street. Come on, Papa.
And just to be safe, any other diesel truck goes by.
Yes, any loud truck, because he thinks it could be UPS or FedEx or DHL. All right, what else we got? I feel like you're going way too slow for me.
Just letting you talk. Using treats all day for training. We use them.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, we used to go like through a bag every few days.
Yeah. We use a very specific kind though. I'm sure that it's linked below every single video that we have. They're blue buffalo training treats, and they're literally like the size of your pinky fingernail. They're tiny. And so we felt okay about it because they were so little that we didn't feel like it would make their belly hurt or anything. Training treats are good, very effective, but you also don't want to make them sick either.
Puppy won't stop biting.
Yeah, I get that question at least once a day. What do I do about my dog? Either biting furniture or biting like other humans that live in the house. Will and I carried around teething toys with us like into every single room. And if we caught, Enzo never went through like a chewing on furniture stage, but Lotus did. My baseboard in my kitchen is missing a huge chunk because of him. But when you see them doing that, it's take the teething toy and literally stick it into their mouth as a distraction and a replacement. And then if they are nipping or biting or chewing on other humans, you really need to, like in a high-pitched voice, say either ouch or yelp in some way, just because if they're not exposed to other dogs and other pups, they don't know that that behavior is socially unacceptable unless they get the reaction that they would if they were around other dogs and pups. So we would just like yelp or high pitch say ouch, and that's enough to like startle them, and it's kind of a negative thing for them. They don't like that, and so they tend to get a little bit better over time. But you have to stay consistent with it.
Somebody asked if we were giving away Lotus, I guess, because I used him in the picture for the giveaway.
We are not giving away Lotus, no.
But the real question, we have a super sticker from Enzo.
Yeah.
And I don't know the answer to it though.
So how do I identify my GSD bloodline? The best way to do that, and how I have seen people do it or heard of people doing it, is I believe there is some sort of blood panel or blood test that you can do like through your vet. And I think that that kind of hones in on specifically what bloodline they are. Other than that, unless the breeder told you, which if I remember correctly, you didn't get him from a breeder. I think you got him from somebody else who had taught him not to bark, because I know we've talked about that before. So you may not have had any kind of communication with the breeder. Typically the breeder is the best person to go to for that, because obviously they breeded them so they know. But other than that, I would say the blood test is probably your best bet.
If people want to send us pictures, Instagram, you can just tag us on Instagram.
Instagram, and you can either tag us in a post
or Facebook,
or you can send them in like a DM. I go through I just finished going through like 8 or 10 of those before we got on here. So we see those daily, multiple times a day actually. And then Facebook is another one. I don't really like Facebook's platform as well as I like Instagram's, but I think Facebook will get better with that. Instagram is really my go-to, but we monitor both.
Yes, they're both chipped and both fixed. And
yep. And we actually recommend chipping them when you go to get them fixed, if you are going to get them fixed. That way you're not going through one procedure, which is the chipping is kind of painful if they're not asleep. It's not like crazy, but I mean, obviously they're putting a chip in your body that's going to be painful. So we chipped both of ours, didn't we, when they got neutered? Didn't we wait? Yeah, because they're already under anesthesia when they're getting neutered anyway, and then that's, that is nothing compared to the pain of being neutered, so they don't even notice the chipping.
The P.O. box is always on the YouTube page. The details, somebody was asking about it. I guess I could put it in more videos.
Yeah,
but yeah, the address is always on the About section.
Yeah.
Lots of people telling us where they're from. And now people are saying rest in peace headphone users because Lotus got the mic. Why do they always have to have the last word? That's a good question. I'm sure they'll tell
They
you.
do. Every time that I'm like arguing with Lotus and I'm like, we're not going to do the talkbacks. And then like he always talks back. So he always gets in the last word. I scared him from sleeping.
I don't understand this question, Serene.
Shireen. Well, any cars, coffee, and pups coming up.
Oh,
yeah, like you take up the cars and coffee.
Oh, okay. Cars and coffee with the pups. Oh.
I understood that perfectly well.
Yeah, Enzo and I used to do it a lot.
I don't think we've ever taken Lotus.
No, it's something.
It's probably something we need to get him used to, but it is very overwhelming. Like even if Will and I just go and like we're just like taking pictures or something, like there's a lot going on there, and it's in a very the one that we normally go to is like in a very confined area, and it's on like a really main road.
Now if we go to like Dayton.
Yeah, like Dayton Cars and Coffee, which they do like once they get into the swing of it, it's is it every week or once a month?
It's like every other week or a couple times.
Yeah, that one's much better because it's like in a parking lot and very safe through there. Yeah, they have grass there and stuff like that.
An hour away.
It is. Yeah, that's about a 45-minute drive for us. Yeah, because we've taken Enzo to that one too. Enzo goes to lots of Cars and Coffees. Lotus, we have never taken.
Just kind of reading through here. But some of these questions, if I skip it, it might be because we've answered it a lot of times. So it's not, if we run out of questions, I'll come back to them.
Yeah. A lot of the general ones get asked every week, and I feel like the people that come every week are going to get really tired of me saying the same exact thing over and over again. But if it's a pretty general question, it's probably already being answered in like a previous live stream.
Yeah. And then Nick and Riley are answering a bunch of them.
Yes, thank you, Nick and Riley. You guys are awesome.
If I see that, there's a good chance I might skip it too.
Yeah.
Food do we give? You can answer that real quick.
Food, we send out links for food all the time.
It's all linked below.
Yeah, it's all linked below. We feed them Gentle Giants brand. We used to feed them Royal Canin, and Enzo wasn't really a fan of. I feel like we almost had to force feed him. Like there was like the stage that he went through, and if you didn't like take the food out of the bowl and put it in your hand and give it to him, he just refused to eat, which is super unlike him because he obviously likes to eat. So we wound up switching to Gentle Giants brand shortly after we got Lotus. And I have lots of people that I tell like, hey, this is the brand we feed them. And their biggest concern is it for puppies? Yes. So you can give it to puppies and adults. It's one of the cool things about it is you don't have to switch from the puppy food to the adult food like you do with a lot of the other brands out there. But Gentle Giants hard food, we do salmon and chicken. We mix those together. I'm sure you guys, if you have watched for any period of time, you've seen Will down there pouring them in and shaking the container.
They didn't see you?
No.
No. Why is that?
I have done that before. But it is a lot of work to get their food mixed together. Like it is no joke. And then 2 of their 4 meals a day, because they get fed 4 times a day, they get soft food mixed in with the hard food, and that soft food is the salmon flavored one. They just seem to like that one the best. So that's what we give them. And they love, like they're obsessed with, they don't miss a meal. Lotus sometimes, but just because he is really good about self-regulating, but like Enzo does not miss a meal now. He absolutely loves that brand.
Lucy's asked a ton of questions, and Nick and Riley's got.
Here comes the mailman again, just so you guys know. So I'm really kind of hoping that if I just talk through it, maybe he won't hear him, but it's very, very doubtful. So let's just keep Lotus. Yep, we got him. Thank you.
You were snoozing.
Good boy. Come on. Come get your elephant. Come on. We made it past not barking. Come on. Let me see. See, if I do that to Enzo, Enzo comes right to me. But if I do that to Lotus, he's like, yeah, no thanks, Mom.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Does not care. Will's going to turn the camera in here for you guys so you can see him.
We got the lookouts.
But, like, Enzo knows that
Now, if the mailman comes to the door, then Enzo will get up.
Bubba. Well,
I was telling Nisha we need to figure out a way to have 2 cameras.
yeah, so we can have like one on them and one on us. Hello, come get your elephant, buddy. What do I have?
I don't want that.
He's got the no cares. Pretty typical. Enzo actually had a little accident at the park this morning.
You had an accident.
So, yeah, babe, that's enough. His front left paw, I guess he was running in the snow and like went from sidewalk to grass?
Yeah, the sidewalk to grass, but there was like a divot or something. You couldn't see it in the snow.
Yeah, and I guess he just like landed weird. Of course, I was here at the house and Will comes back to unload them. And I'm like getting ready to leave and I'm like, oh, I need out of the driveway. And he's like, wait, Enzo got hurt. And I'm like, oh, great, here we go. We're gonna be making a trip to MedVet today or something. I, of course, the first thing I do is panic. But when he got out of the truck, he was limping a little bit still, but overall seemed to be okay. So we're gonna watch it for a couple days. They're really, really good at hiding pain, which really annoys me. So we're gonna watch it for a couple days and monitor it. I already had some like anti-inflammatory medicine here from previous injury. I mean, how many previous injuries have we had with that one? He is like,
he's very aloof like that.
He is. I don't know what. I think it's because he's so heavy. Like he always just lands weird or like runs into things because he can't stop quick enough because he's so heavy. So I already had some anti-inflammatory medicine here for him. And I went ahead and just gave him a full dose of that for today. And then we'll monitor tomorrow and Monday. And if he still seems to be kind of favoring it on Monday, he'll definitely go to the vet at that point in time. I'm always real weird about like their joints and stuff like that, just because they're prone to those types of accidents.
Update on Felicia.
Oh.
Job site.
Yeah, so convinced that he was conditioned from whoever abandoned him. Yeah, I'm glad that you took him though. Obviously, he has a much better life now that he is with you, and that's unfortunate that someone abandoned him. But yeah,
it took him 3 days. It would have taken you 3 seconds.
Oh, not even that.
And that's not saying anything bad to Fidencio. It's just saying you're crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a heart for the pups. He's out already. Like he was just at the door for the mailman, and he is dead asleep right now.
Took care of the mailman. Mailman's gone. Now go back to.
And he gets like slap happy or like I don't even know what it is. Like he goes into like teenager mode if he does not get enough sleep.
Taylor gave another super sticker, but we just answered this question, but I'm going to say it again just in case they didn't catch it. But yeah, they're both fixed.
Yeah, both of ours are neutered, Taylor. Neither are intact anymore. We typically recommend that around a year. I get that question a lot.
I got interrupted with the mailman, but Lucy asked a bunch of questions, and Nick answered basically. She wanted to know why Nick and Riley knew all the answers.
Oh. Yeah, so if we don't answer a question and either Nick, whose username on here is Gordo, or Riley, whose name on here is Riley, if either of them answer, feel good about that answer. We agree on a lot of things. They have been following us for a really, really long time, I think pretty much since the get-go. And so they, like, even if you ask personal questions, chances are they're going to be able to answer those questions for you. So you can trust the answer that they give you.
Yeah, or they'll say they don't know.
Or they'll say they don't know and they'll send it over to us, or they'll draw our attention to it if they don't know the answer. So Yeah, they're awesome.
How do you get your dogs to listen so well as she tells Lotus to come over multiple times and he doesn't?
That wasn't a command though.
Yeah.
We did an 8-week training, advanced obedience training with both of them. Enzo went through that program at a year because there really was no reason to do that training with him. I didn't feel like he was like such an angel, really from the get-go. And the only reason why we wound up doing training with him was just, hey, let's do training. Like that was one of the things that we always kind of wanted to do. So the company that we have gone through for both of them and who we recommend to everyone is Off-leash Canine Training. They have locations all across the U.S. We've had multiple subscribers use them and have sent their pups through the training program with amazing results. So what we did with that program is it's not like actually 8 weeks. You go once a week for an hour each week, and that is every week for 8 weeks. And I mean, I really didn't feel like it was really that time consuming. Like it was super convenient to do. They really worked with both of our schedules. I can't remember. I don't think you were working like out of the house. You were working from home at that time, or no?
No.
Enzo was a year though.
Yeah, no. I was still working.
Were you still working? Yeah, I remember them like being very flexible with like working with our schedules and whatnot. So Enzo went through that program at a year old. Lotus, due to his reactivity and other behavioral stuff, we did it as early as we could with him, which was 5.5 months. The only reason, and we get this question a lot, the only reason why it's recommended that you wait until 5.5 months with this specific program is because it's e-collar training. So if you're just doing like regular obedience and you're using just treats or a clicker, or other forms that you can use for training, you don't have to wait until that age. But because we did both of them through the e-collar training, we had to wait until they were at least 6 months. So that's how they listened so well.
Related question, somebody, I think it was Andy, was asking about tunnel vision. Really,
Yes.
With distractions, it's just time.
It is.
I mean,
the
stuff
really
you see, especially with Enzo, if you've watched some of the videos where he's off leash with me, like downtown and stuff, I mean, that did not come.
No, that
quickly.
Was not like, we did this training and the next day we went downtown and worked him off leash. That is absolutely not how that went down. When he was able to be off leash and we knew that he knew the heel command, we started practicing that literally outside of our house on the street.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't go off leash in public.
We didn't.
Months.
It was months before he was off leash in public like that. So we built it up by starting out on the street, and then it was, well, let's go to the park while they're having a football game and see if we can overcome those distractions. And so then we would constantly do that when we knew that they were there practicing or playing or baseball or.
Oh, and he failed it multiple times.
Oh, multiple times. That took a long time to get him. But I mean, now he's to a point because he's practiced it so much. I would literally feel comfortable taking him anywhere.
Yeah.
And like him he does not care about anything that is going on outside of that little bubble of him healing. And like, he really does not care.
I mean, I've gone downtown without his leash and collar before.
Yeah.
No e-collar, no nothing.
Fantastic. Lotus does well, I feel like, and he picked up on the heel command very well. But I think because
he gets startled
he gets so startled because he's afraid and just like his anxiety in general, that if there is a loud noise or a loud truck drives,
he might jump.
Immediately is like, what's that? Or like, I feel like we've been in Lotus before and they'll like drop, they're like picking up something and they drop it down or something and it startles him. So he's not really to that point yet. I don't know if he'll ever be to that point just because his anxiety is very fear-based and any loud noise is going to startle him just naturally. But I mean, overall, he does really, really well. Now, if there's another dog, it's a little bit different situation because he is reactive and it takes, I think, a little bit more to help him not be distracted. But overall, I think he does pretty well. Enzo is flawless.
Taylor, another super sticker. They're going to start next week.
Thanks,
every
Taylor.
Sunday. So I guess
awesome.
they started training.
Yeah.
And then Enzo. I still don't know if I'm saying that
I
right.
know, I don't either. Hopefully he'll correct us if
Somebody
we're not.
was going to take him and they didn't, so finally he just stepped in and was like, no, I'm just not taking him.
That was probably the best choice.
And yeah, like what Riley said, you don't actually have to super chat, super sticker every time.
Yeah, you guys don't have to super chat every time if you want to ask something.
I mean,
I feel like
it.
we've said that before, though, and you guys still do. So we appreciate it, and we love you guys for doing that. But please do not feel like you have to do that.
There's been a lot of CBD oil questions come in. We went through that whole thing earlier.
Yeah, if you go back, if you missed it, you can probably go back and see it.
And then there's...
I can go get it in case they're curious, like, about the brand.
That's good, because I'll answer this question while you're not here then, because you'll drag on.
Really?
It's just a road trip question. We've answered it a lot.
Yeah.
But Enzo's been to Tennessee and a couple other like hour-long drives. Lotus really hasn't. I'm sure it's something we'll do again, but it's not a big deal. Enzo doesn't mind to sit in the car for hours.
If I put this in here,
Uh,
will it focus or no?
You got to pull back some because I've got it zoomed in.
I don't think they'll be able to see it from that far away. Here, I'm trying to make the camera focus.
Let's just read it to him.
It is Honest Paws. We had to do level 3 because the weight limit, like level 1 is for very tiny dogs, and then level 3 is 50 pounds or above. That's also another reason why I think we probably need to up his dosage, because I don't know that what he's getting is exactly enough. Level 3 is the most expensive.
To answer Jill's question, their whistle balls, they're linked in the notes below under, I think I call them glow ball because one of them glows. Yeah. Enzo glow fetch ball, it's under section 4. Are we having kids question again?
I don't know. We get asked that a lot. His parents, my parents, everyone asks us that. We get that a lot on YouTube, or yeah, like on YouTube comments. I don't know. I don't really want any children. I'm fine with just like, I would really like, my dream is just to have a farm full of like all the pups that don't have anywhere to go, or people that, you know, won't spend time training them, and just like other animals in general. Like, I just really love animals. Like, I could probably have just like a llama farm. I'd be good with that. So like, I don't know if we'll ever have kids or not. I feel like Will probably wants one at least. I raised all of my brothers and sisters, especially the last one who's 20 years younger than I am. So I know what it takes to raise a kid, and I know that you don't get any sleep ever, and I really love to sleep. I mean, I feel like that's most of it, is that I really love to sleep. And I like to just get up and do whatever I want to do when I want to do it. I don't like to be like restricted, all like, hey, you can't go to a Reds game or whatever. I don't know. I just like to do what I want to do, and I really like sleep. So I say no, but I feel like Will probably wants one. So we'll figure it out someday. Mostly I just want all the pups.
What are you doing?
Oh, what are you doing? Now, you see, you're going to step on him if you come any closer. Enzo, well, come here. You're going to have to go around. Go under. Now, you went under before.
Oh, we're going to go this way?
Well, come here.
Come on.
He said this mic is in the way, you guys.
You coming?
Bubba, come here. You got sleepy. Got sleepy. You're not taking a nap today? You're not taking a nap today? No? How's your paw? Oh, there, he's trying to get through. The mic is probably going to get knocked over, I'm not going to lie.
Or be really loud.
Wow, are you so sleepy? You got exercise today.
I'm sorry. Am I not giving you attention too? How do we introduce them to Rally? We get that question all the time.
Yeah.
You
Rally.
said, Rally, here's a new pet.
Enzo, you just hit the mic. Sorry, guys. He's not dainty at all. Rally,
Where's he going?
I don't know. He's being weird right now. He usually doesn't wander too far. Rally is super accepting of other animals, I feel like.
We do need to do the giveaway.
Oh, yeah, we do need to do the giveaway.
I'm glad Ada
Rally
reminded
just
us.
likes, she likes the pups. I don't know. She's just really easy to get along with. But I feel like that's not the case for everybody.
I'm going to focus the camera so they can make sure they can see.
Oh, so you want them to see this?
Yeah, like, I don't know if you, I mean, they don't, but like when you go to actually hit it so they can actually see it draw.
Okay, so we're going to do the merchandise drawing.
So like, I don't know, maybe turn around so they can see what you're doing.
Well, I was just going to, when I hit it, I was just going to do it.
Well, that's fine.
Are they going to be able to see that?
Yeah.
I don't know. That looks a little... Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this part in, though, because I'm just adding the video. You said I just paste it, right?
Yeah, it should just be paste.
Oh, well, all I have is select all.
Oh, open up the YouTube app again. It should still be open. And just copy the link. Like the
link.
hit share link.
Where is that?
You were close at the top
Up
there,
here?
the little arrow. Yeah. And then hit copy.
Oh, copy link.
Yeah.
Okay. Paste. And then I have to make sure both of those boxes are checked.
Yep.
And then the hashtag I enter is hashtag Enzo.
Correct.
Does it matter if it's capital or not?
No.
Okay. And then I'm going to hit get YouTube comments.
Yeah, and it's going to come up with probably about 170.
And then do I need to show?
Yeah, that's the part.
164. And then I'm going to hit what?
Yeah, turn it a little bit more though. So.
But what am I going to hit?
Yeah, you're going to hit that button.
Leave the mic alone. The start
Yep.
one. Is it doing it? Oh yeah, there it goes.
So it's Ryan
Lee.
So Ryan Lee, if you're watching, just DM us on Instagram or Facebook with your address. I assume that's your real name, so it's not like a weird username. And we'll get the information and figure out size and style.
Size and style. And I feel like some people, not everyone has a German Shepherd. So like if you have a different pup or something, like a lab or
You're about to offer to customize a shirt, aren't you?
Chihuahua or something, like you might want yours to say that specific breed on there. So I can always go in and just make like, he's out of it. I mean, seriously out of it.
You on that CBD?
You okay, Pup? So I can always go in there and customize that, and then because I want to make sure that like if they're getting it, that they actually are going to wear it and they like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Ryan Lee, make sure that you.
Yeah,
DM us
and we'll
on
give you a
Instagram.
couple days. So like if they're not watching
Oh yeah,
right
what
now,
happens if they don't?
if we don't hear anything by I don't know the next live stream, we'll draw it again for somebody. We'll let somebody else do it.
Then we'll have 2 drawings on that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll figure something out.
All right. What's up with the questions? And Enzo got your seat wet.
Oh,
With
okay.
he got a drink and then came in here, so the couch cushion's wet. We'll just rub it in. It'll be good. That's what we do around here. Just rub it in.
More CBD questions.
I know, so many people. I did not think that I was going to get that many
Oh,
things on the CBD oil.
Dog insurance.
Yeah. So I feel like Alexis and Alan actually have dog insurance on Ace, but
That kid.
he's off the chain. So that makes sense to me. We used to have we paid was that insurance that we had?
that wasn't insurance.
Okay, that was just like a
they're talking about
plan.
actual pet insurance,
Yeah, we
which
don't
I've
have-
looked into. And
We don't have it on ours. I feel like when we've looked into it, it doesn't really make sense because it's for a very limited.
It's basically catastrophe.
Yeah, and ours, could you get any more comfortable down there? Ours always, I don't know, Enzo's had a couple of serious things, but it doesn't cover the small stuff. If Enzo's arm right now is sprained or something and we had pet insurance, that wouldn't be covered on there. So we don't
And it was expensive.
It's expensive. It's not. It doesn't seem like it's really worth it. When they have like weird things that go on or like really expensive things, we just have the Care credit card, and we use Care credit for that. That's just how we do. But no pet insurance for us. I don't know a lot about it though. I just know that it's really expensive and it doesn't cover a lot.
Some more questions about food. We've already answered that. I missed how to enter. That's about the giveaway. So each week,
each week, Will is gonna announce on one of the videos, like, hey, put hashtag Enzo or hashtag Lotus or whatever we want to make the hashtag that week. So if you watch that video, you're gonna put that hashtag that Will tells you on that specific video. Don't put it on any other videos, because what we do is we choose a specific video and that's where it pulls it from.
And the hashtag is going to be different.
Yeah,
something random.
The hashtag is going to be random. It's going to be something different every week. And then every week when we do a live stream, either on Saturday or Sunday, we're going to do the merchandise drawing on that live stream.
Enzo or Lotus never broke anything in public? I don't think so.
I'm trying to think.
Anything.
I don't think so.
Broke lots of things around here, but
they break things in the house. Of
hail
course.
Usually.
I mean, because we've taken them. Enzo's gone to the grocery store with me before. Enzo goes to Target with me semi-frequently. No.
I mean, their tail knocks stuff over, but
I don't think either of them have ever broke anything in public.
Well, because really, for them to break something, it would have to be low enough for a kid, and if it's low enough for a kid, they usually don't put stuff that's like breakable.
Yeah.
Sandra told people to quit asking about the kids.
It's okay. We don't. I'm so used to answering that question because we get it so often. It really doesn't bother me much.
And then Serena asked about the Patreon, how it worked.
Yeah, so the Patreon, we have one person who is now a Patreon, and they actually messaged me. I haven't even told you this. They messaged me on Instagram to let me know that they got in and they were able to watch the old video that you uploaded, which they really enjoyed. So I don't know their Instagram name, but their person's name is Jeff, and he's our first Patreon. So we have a Patreon site where you can go there. Is that linked?
Yeah, it's in the About section.
So it's in the About section on the channel, and there's like 3 different packages that you can pick from. So I think the starter one is, can I see that? The starter one, it's called Just a Pup, and it's $3 a month. And you get Patreon only updates. Your name goes in the credits when we do the YouTube videos, and then you get access to a private Facebook group that we have, and that's already created.
We're also going to add a t-shirt. I just haven't.
Apparently, we're also going to add a t-shirt when you sign up for that, so we'll have to get Jeff one then. So that one is $3 a month. That's the first one. The second one is called Ears Up Pup, and that one is $9 a month. And with that one, do you get everything in the previous one?
Yeah, and then some other scenes.
So you get everything in the previous one, and then you get other behind-the-scenes footage and deleted scenes. And then the third one, the third package on there is called No Leash Pup Pro, and that one's $25 a month. You get all of the previous stuff and all the other 2 packages, plus a personalized collar for your pup.
So it's like the ones they wear.
Yeah, like we have a lot of people.
We have those are custom made.
Yeah, we have like the Ohio State University ones. It'll be similar to that. It won't be Ohio State unless you want it to be Ohio State, but it would be that type of collar that we get a lot of questions about. So that one that was the other additional thing that comes in that, plus all the other stuff. So there's basically 3 membership levels on the Patreon site.
Hopefully we'll do more,
Yeah, I mean,
private Facebook groups.
Yeah, right now we only have one person in there, which is awesome. I did thank him for that now that I actually got to talk to him or whatever. So it's just something that we think is kind of cool. It helps support us and the pups and the channel, and just something we're trying out.
It really just goes to all pup stuff.
It literally is all anything that
because YouTube is very much in the red.
Yeah.
We've made money on YouTube, but we're still very much at a loss.
Yeah. So it just helps out the channel and helps support us and the pups.
Taylor, keeping with the super stickers, thought Apollo got bit by a tiger snake, and then just leaves us hanging.
Taylor, don't leave us hanging. Did Apollo get bit by a tiger snake, or did he not get bit by a tiger snake?
What inspired us to get a German Shepherd? We've answered this a few times, but it's mostly just what you wanted.
That's the breed that I've always wanted. Will, I think, kind of wanted a Siberian Husky, and we researched both of the breeds. The German Shepherd breed is a lot easier to train, and so that's kind of just what we went with. What are you laughing at?
I'm not going to repeat it, but
Okay.
Sam Lotus is having a good day.
Oh, he's so tired. They played in the snow forever this morning.
Yeah, a couple snow videos coming up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and do we want to tell them about the beds yet?
You can. It's going to be in a video.
Yeah, so their beds that they're laying are now...
The ones that she wanted that I bought for Christmas, if you remember, in that video. She said, hey, the return window ended on those like 4 days ago.
They are terrible. The beds that we got from Target that they got for Christmas, they were good for really, I feel like after like a week and a half, I started to notice that they were going downhill. And so I was standing on one of them last night, and my foot, even though I was standing on the bed, I could feel the floor through the pet bed, which I am not going to let them lay on something like that for very long. So those we're either going to donate somewhere, or hopefully maybe Target will give us store credit or something if we return them, although I think we're past our return window. But we are going to purchase, or I actually have already purchased, we're just waiting for them to show up. Casper, who is a mattress company here in the US, they have started making pet beds about a year or so ago. They get amazing reviews. They are very expensive for a pup bed.
But if you're thinking it's okay because we have lots of money.
There's just no budget or limit when it comes to the pups, so it'll get paid later at some point in time. The Casper ones, the largest ones that they have, which is just large, you would think they would make extra large, but the largest, pretty big. It's $225 per bed. So I ordered 2 of those this morning. I actually went up to the Casper store, which is about 25 minutes from here, and they did not have any in stock. And I videoed a little bit of that whole process, so we'll throw that in a video at some point. They're supposed to show up anywhere from Tuesday to Thursday next week, so I'm sure you'll do an unboxing of those, and that'll also be in that video. So we're going to try them out, see how they are.
We'll do a review after a few weeks.
Yeah, after a few weeks, we'll do a review on those.
Because you have 30 days to send it back if they don't like them. Because if they don't like them, they're going back.
I think it's more than 30 days. I feel like there's just a lifetime something.
No, to return it.
Oh.
If you don't like it.
Oh. Yeah, so we're going to try those out.
Gordon, or Nick, put the P.O. box in the notes in case people were looking for it.
Yeah.
And he puts Patreon.
Thanks,
Okay.
Nick.
I lost it. I was going to say something.
What else we got?
Actually, somebody asked about the bed, so it's funny that you
Oh.
were just talking about that. Oh, that's what it was. And then somebody wanted to know how you were liking the vacuum.
Oh, I do like the vacuum. So my initial complaint about the Dyson V11 is that you have to hold the trigger for it to actually vacuum. Most vacuums, you just hit the button and it vacuums until you hit the button and say don't vacuum. And because it's super heavy to hold, it actually hurts the top of my thumb. So that was really my biggest complaint about it, but I've pretty much gotten over it. I don't use it enough for that to bother me that much. It's mostly just an annoyance, but it works so well that it doesn't even really matter that it hurts my hand when I hold it. That's how I feel about it. So I think we're definitely going to keep that. Yeah.
It's not worth testing out a bunch of others.
No, it's pretty awesome. I wish that it had a light on it, because the Bissell that we had before that had a LED light on the front of it. That was the one that we took back to Target. And like I just really loved that because you could see everything on the floor, like even dust particles. And this one doesn't have. I wonder if we could like tape like a LED flashlight or something to
Really?
that. I really liked the light on the front of it, so I'm a little disappointed in that, but it's okay. Again, it works so well that that doesn't really bother me that much.
Riley said you're nuts for buying that bed. They said it in a nicer way,
Yeah.
but I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with Riley.
$225 per pup bed is a little extreme, I know. But the thing is they have gone through, I would say, 3, 4, maybe more dog beds, and we pay probably $50 to $100 every time for each bed, and we have to get 2 because we have 2 pups. So you're talking about we're spending anywhere from $100 to $200, sometimes more, every time that we have to purchase a new set of beds. And we've done this 3, 4, 5, 6 times now. So for me, it's like I feel like if maybe we just invest in something that's super high quality and gets amazing reviews, then maybe we won't have to buy pet beds anymore.
It's unlike mixed pup. Ours don't tear them up; they just wear out.
Ours
from like washing
do not.
and just fall apart.
Yeah, ours do not bite on them. They don't lick them. Like they don't dig at them. I know a lot of dogs do. I feel like Obi used to do like a weird thing like that. Ours do not tear them up at all, which is I love it. It's fabulous. But they just wear down so easily, and I don't know if it's because they're such large dogs, or what the situation is, but they never hold up well.
That's kind of a good question.
What?
Why do they need a dog bed? Well, we have hardwood floors. For one.
We have bamboo floors in the house, so I feel like that's really uncomfortable. We tend to treat our pups more like we would treat like a kid if we had a kid.
But they always, I mean, they're laying on the beds right now. They'll almost always, unless they're hot, they will choose the bed every time.
They prefer the bed for sure. We baby ours, so maybe you're somebody who doesn't think that your pup needs a bed and that's the way that you've run things, but
we used to have 2 different beds and Enzo always wanted the one.
Yeah. So now we have
would accept the other one, but
yeah. Those were the ones before we got the ones from Target.
Yeah. She's a little scared and Home Depot overwhelms her. She's only 14 weeks old though. I'd be careful. That's really young.
Oh yeah, Southern Cross. I think I talked to you earlier on Instagram. Yeah. 14 weeks I probably wouldn't be taking into Lowe's or Home Depot. You want to really wait until that 16-week mark. Well, depending on when they get their last round of shots. Now, if she's already had her last round of shots, she's fine. But typically at 16 weeks, they get that last round of shots. Just because you don't want them to pick up anything weird when they're out in public places. But even at 16 weeks, that is going to be something that's very overwhelming to a pup that's 16 weeks, having them in Home Depot or Lowe's. You'll overcome that just by consistently taking them. I feel like Lotus is kind of the same way when we take him in.
Better.
But yeah,
he let somebody pet him at Lowe's.
Yeah, because we have been taking him more and more and more. He has gotten a little bit better with that. So really the way to overcome that is just to continue to expose her to it. But also make sure that you're not like, she's not so overwhelmed to where it's going to be a traumatic experience for her either. You don't want to do that. That'll have a negative effect.
Yep, Enzo has hardwood too, so who knows what that's about. We just had this question in a comment, but the floors with the pups.
Yes.
We haven't had any issues. I don't think they've scratched them at all.
I picked bamboo. We didn't have either of the pups when we moved into this house. And the first thing that we did before we actually moved in was remodel some of it. And one of the things that we did is tore up all the floors. And I picked bamboo specifically because I knew how.
We had 2 cats at the time too.
We did have 2 cats, yeah. I knew that it was really good for like wear and tear. It is. I feel like it's like practically indestructible. Like I don't know how many
scratches is actually from the speaker when Enzo hit the speaker.
Yeah.
So that's technically Enzo's fault.
But they hold up really well. Like I feel like sometimes they're like running around here and being crazy and stuff. And we've never had any issues with it getting scratched. And we have moved furniture multiple times and the furniture never scratches it. So the bamboo holds up really well, I think, and that's one of the reasons why I picked it when we went to pick flooring.
Karen just commented, and I just confirmed that it is cheaper on Amazon.
Yeah, I saw that today. The only thing though with Amazon is they can't have it here until the 17th, and I wasn't willing to wait 2 weeks to get the beds. Yeah, I did check that out. As I was walking from one end of the mall.
So we're paying for express shipping
to
basically.
the other. You know, I was really surprised they didn't have an option to express ship it.
It's because of the size. It's kept in a more central warehouse.
That's annoying.
My dog does not like beds. He sleeps on the floor. Yeah.
Oh,
Some
some
pups
don't.
do.
Some prefer
Yeah.
the floor.
Same with their cots downstairs.
Yeah.
They like their cots, but if the bed is next to it, they'll choose the bed.
Yeah, they do really like their cots. I think mostly because it keeps them nice and cool.
We can answer this question easily now. How long have we been married? Maybe 5 years.
Yeah. So who was that, Jeff?
Yeah.
I think he's our Patreon. Jeff, we got that question last week, and it literally took us like 3 minutes to figure out how long we had been married. We got married in 2015.
Yeah.
So this year will be 5 years, but we've been together for, it'll be 11 years this September.
And so Cross says she has had her shots. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then she's good.
And then something about the sign on the door.
Oh, someone asked me about the sign that we have on the front door. It basically tells people not to knock, but they wanted to know specifically what it said, and I told them that I would bring it in for the live stream and show it on there.
But
However,
she secured it.
I forgot that I double side taped it to the outside of the door because when the wind was blowing, it was making a lot of noise. So I couldn't actually get it off of the door, but I did take a picture of it. So the sign on our front door says, "Please do not knock or ring the doorbell. Responsive dogs. Please call or text, leave packages by the door unless signature is required." Some people are very cognizant of that sign when they come up to the door. Others are not. So like the pizza guy the other night, and I guess I had the porch light on, so I don't feel like you would see it if the porch light wasn't on, but he saw that sign and he literally did the babiest knock ever. Like he was so sweet about it, and most of the time they're not. And the dogs obviously still heard him, and he didn't have any other way to get a hold of us. But it was just nice that like he took that into consideration, and like he heard them barking. And when I got there, he was like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't know." And I was like, "Oh no, you're completely fine. It's meant for really the delivery people." But like our mailman, who has seen our dogs go insane at the door and heard them before, he'll still knock when he comes up to leave a package at the doorstep. Like, really? So, but yeah, we have it there to eliminate that as much as possible because the dogs really do go insane.
Sandra asked about entering the drawings if you're outside of the U.S.
Can you still? Yeah, I don't see
Yeah,
why not.
I mean, it should be fine. The worst case scenario would be if Teespring won't direct ship it, we may have to have it shipped to us.
Yeah, and then we'll ship it to you.
So it may take several weeks in that scenario, but
yeah, still enter even if
Yeah.
you're outside of the U.S. Don't worry about that. We'll figure it out.
it just may take longer.
Yeah.
But, I mean, shipping international isn't an issue.
I can't wait to get ours in.
I know if you're in Europe, Teespring has warehouses or facilities there, so
Yeah.
that should be normal ship times.
Yeah.
I think I've mostly got them, or Riley and Nick's got them.
Favorite GSD coat color. I love Enzo's coat. He is a black sable is what they call that coat specifically. Love his coloring. That's probably my favorite. But I think Lotus's coat like makes it fits him for some reason. Like that fits his personality. Like his coat makes him look super cute. Enzo's makes him look mean, which he's not mean at all. He's the gentlest dog ever.
The fact that he's 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Scares the crap out of people.
Yeah. Yeah, but like ours don't just bark when people come to the door. Like what you saw of Lotus was the mildest he's ever gone to the door and done that before.
He was showing off.
Normally they are I mean, spit is flying.
Well, and
They're
they didn't knock or anything.
clawing at the door. The speaker is about to fall over. My little stand that I have there next to the door with a picture on it, like that's completely like it's a hot mess normally. So we try to limit it as much as possible. They always still know if someone's outside though. It's just a lot less if they don't knock on the door. If they knock or ring the doorbell, that will set them off way more than someone just coming up on the porch and sitting down the package. If someone does that, they'll just bark.
Well, the thing is, they bark because it's a stranger. Stranger leaves, and they're like, okay, well, that worked.
Yeah.
I'll just do that again.
Yeah, it just reinforces the behavior.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
The joint supplements are in the notes.
Yeah.
We live by those. I recommend every person that owns a German Shepherd to have them on joint supplements just because of the situation that we've gone through with Lotus or with Enzo.
I got active military watching. So
Aw.
thanks for that.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
Are we all caught up?
I think mostly. Oh yeah, I do e-commerce and marketing. That's what I do from work from home.
Who asked that?
Slightly more royal kid.
Oh. Yeah, we get a lot of people. I feel like you're gonna do a video at some point about like how you got to doing what you're doing now. Because we've had a couple of people request like, what did you do before now? How did you get to be able to work from home and all that kind of stuff? So maybe eventually you'll do something on that.
Maybe. I work more from home than I ever did not from home though. So
Yeah.
yeah, Riley's right. If you missed anything, now's your chance. Post a link for the sign. Didn't you have that custom made or something? Weird.
I bought that off of Etsy and
Oh.
it was way more expensive than I wanted it to be. But like I really love it. It's super, super cute. If I show them on my phone, will they be able to see the picture of it? It's like so cute. But like I don't know. Let me not step on Lotus. I don't think it's gonna focus enough.
Well, it's because it's set the focus back farther.
I know, but then they won't be able to see it that far. Yeah.
We can post a photo of it or something.
Yeah, it is really cute, but I got it off of Etsy. It was more expensive than I wanted to pay for it, but it's held up really well. Never had any issues with it. We've had that, now for 2 years or something like that. Yeah, it's held up really well.
I guess somebody was asking about Charlie.
Oh,
I didn't see the
yeah.
original question, but Hunter answered it.
Yeah.
Who was Charlie? Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie's the neighbor's dog. We love him. Him and Lotus, they get along and they can play together. It's the only other dog that Lotus appropriately socializes with besides Enzo. So it's really nice to have him here. And that's just simply because they were introduced when they were babies.
Yeah, I mean.
That is all there is to it. That is the only reason why.
Yeah, because Lotus is only a few weeks older than him.
Yeah, they're only a few weeks apart. So.
Do they stay in the crate when we're not at home? Lotus always does, and so it depends.
Yeah, Lotus always does. And honestly, though, I feel like Lotus would actually be better out of his crate than sometimes how Enzo is. Like, Lotus is very...
He doesn't care that we left.
No, Lotus does not care when we leave. Enzo cares when we leave. So then he tries to take it out on, oh, there's this bag of treats over here. And let me just, like, rummage through these and eat the whole bag because he's mad that you've left him. And how dare you go somewhere without him. Lotus, on the other hand, does not care that we've left. The only thing he cares about is, Enzo is here.
Yeah.
And so for me, I feel like if we left Lotus out, he really would just probably get up on the couch and go to sleep
Now,
or
if we
something.
left Lotus and took Enzo,
That he would have a
you gotta
meltdown.
lock him down.
Yeah. It's almost hard to be here. Like if Will and Enzo leave the house, it's almost hard to be here with just Lotus because he is so panicky that, oh my gosh, Enzo is gone, that he cannot function.
She was asking about Lotus's reactiveness. So at the time we didn't know it, but looking back, we knew it from day one.
Yeah.
We just didn't know we knew it
We
because he
didn't.
reacted to things that we didn't realize.
We didn't know the signs to look for when we first got him. It took us, I would say, a few weeks, maybe a month, to realize that it was something more than just normal. But
The only way you could safely do it at 10 weeks would be to just go near a dog park, I guess. Like, don't go anywhere in it.
what was the question?
How to test it and see if they react would really be the only way. So just get them around another dog.
Yeah. Lotus is also reactive to other humans. He is a little bit more lenient in that situation where he'll somewhat adjust to other humans, but like with other dogs, he does not adjust at all. So, yeah.
Caitlin's in the chat. I didn't realize that was her because I'm still not used to that last name.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Are we all caught up?
I think so. Yes, you can PM us on Facebook as well as Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, no real other questions. I mean, Nick's answered some, and
Okay.
that's about it.
All right, guys. We did it in an hour
it, I
and
think, on the
12
list.
minutes today.
Yeah.
We're getting more efficient.
So we'll do another merchandise giveaway this week. It'll be in one of the videos, so just be on the lookout for that. It's not a big secret. I just don't know which one yet.
What else? Anything else we need to tell them? No.
So,
We'll keep you guys up to date on the CBD oil. I had a lot of comments this morning when I went through YouTube that said, hey, my dog is also reactive and deals with anxiety issues. Please let me know. Like, we're kind of, multiple people like, well, I'm just kind of waiting to see like how Lotus reacts to it. So then I know like if this is something I should go through with. So I commented back to all you guys, but we'll definitely keep you updated on the CBD oil, probably on a weekly basis. So this will probably be the time that we talk about that. I'm gonna try to sometime this week maybe research and see if we can up his dose. I don't want to put him on too much, but I also don't really want to be wasting it either.
who was the winner? Somebody asked.
Ryan Lee.
Ryan Lee. Yeah. And
So,
it's in the video if you
yeah.
rewind. Ohio's leash laws probably state that you have to have a leash, would be my assumption.
Yeah. We get people that ask that. There's a gray area. The e-collar can be considered a leash. It's not stated in such a way that it
But I've
wouldn't
gone
be.
past. I don't put them on a leash if I see a cop. I
Yeah,
do it
like
the same way. And
yeah,
I've never
it's
had
not
a
like,
cop
oh
say
my
anything.
gosh, there's a cop in the park. Like, we need to hurry up and leash them. Like, we heal them like we always would in front of the cop, and we've never had anybody say anything to us in that manner in Kentucky or Ohio.
I'm not sure how to say that name, but they asked about their question, but I can't find it, so if I missed it.
I don't know how to pronounce that name. Hi, are you getting up?
TEJAS.
Yeah, if we missed your question and we didn't say that it was in the chat or it really, Lotus, in the video earlier, you can always DM us on Instagram. I go through those multiple times a day and answer questions through there. So, because someone has asked, like, well, you didn't answer my question, but now we can't find the question. So,
And Taylor just asked, did you read my thing? I don't.
we're looking, Taylor.
Problem is when new ones come in, they shift.
Yeah, like everything gets weird.
I think I know. Just bit by a bee.
Oh, yeah. So Apollo was bit by a bee, not a snake. Enzo was bit by a spider one time. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Now that you say it.
Oh my gosh. That, and his whole entire,
He was like swollen, I think.
his whole face like swelled up, like his snout and like his nose and stuff. And I feel like even his eyes, remember his eyes were almost like swollen shut. And I can't remember if I think I did actually wind up taking him to the vet for that because I was so concerned that like, and she said, because we had previously gone on a hike with him, her thought was that like he was like sniffing down in some of the brush and like a spider literally bit his nose or his lip and like completely swelled his entire face up.
Fidencio said, I sent a super chat earlier. I'm not sure if that's a question or a statement. I went back through, I didn't see any that we missed. So I'm not sure. And then my question was about the coat. Oh, if they're long or short coat, they're both short.
Both of ours are short coat.
Charlie's kind of medium.
Yeah, if you've seen Charlie in any of the videos, Charlie has a longer coat. And I have heard that the long coat, they shed less, which is the opposite of what you would think it would be, but yeah, that just is what it is. But both of ours are short coat.
Yeah, I think then that's it.
Okay. All right, guys.
Should be about the same time next week unless something crazy comes up.
Yeah, I'm thinking Saturdays work a little bit better for our schedule. I don't know how that's working out for you guys, but I think it tends to be a little bit easier for us.
Okay.
So it's probably going to be on Saturday, but we'll make that decision midweek at some point in time.
Seriously.
I wonder, yeah, did you guys just hear Lotus?
He did his groan.
His little groan of, oh, my life is so hard. There's Bubba, always wide awake. And Lotus. Hey, Pup Pup. Got the no response. Hey, Pup Pup. Yeah. What about you, Bubba?
Got head tilt. Oh, head tilt.
Yeah.
Head tilt.
He hasn't been to sleep since you guys have been to the park, so he's
we went to the park at Sunrise. So
yeah, like as
7:30.
soon as we stop this, I feel like he is probably going to pass out. Lotus doesn't really care what's going on. He's going to sleep either way.
Waiting for the mailman. He doesn't come back for a couple days.
He's out. All right, you guys.
Yeah.
I guess we'll get off here.
Yeah.
As always, we enjoy talking to you guys. And Enzo's like, what? All right. I guess we'll see you guys next week. Bye.